morning. It is the Going On Daily live morning show. We got a great show. I feel like we've been on a hiatus for like weeks, and it's only been one day. One day.
One day.
I missed the fans. I missed the whole interaction. But I got stories. But before that, we have Luannah above, and also Sharon above on the other side.
Good morning. All we need is love.
Absolutely,
Yes.
and going on daily.
got the
Love
love.
and going on daily.
Yes.
There we go. That's what we need.
Yes.
Oh, Ron got his mug too. Look out.
We got to get you one, Luannah.
I need one of those.
It's in the mail.
Awesome.
Look, I've had an interesting day yesterday. Of course, I had a doctor's appointment, so could not do the show yesterday. And likewise with several hosts, they were all busy yesterday. So even if I was available, I probably would have been alone.
I could have been
yesterday.
So I was in downtown Providence.
Okay.
And this older gentleman, probably around 50, was yelling at some kid. Back and forth, they're yelling and yelling and yelling and yelling. And, so the old man decides to challenge him to a fight.
What?
So the kid starts walking towards him, and the old man just kind of scoots back into the park area, and where he has like 9 or 10 friends.
What?
So now the guy was all big and bad, talking junk to this kid. And the kid is just trying to catch a bus. That's all he's trying to do, catch a bus.
Wow.
And just kept jawing at him, talking junk and the whole bit. And so the kid starts walking towards him again. And he's like, oh, I'll go, but it's got to be one-on-one, which damn well, no matter what the guy says, the other guys are jumping in. They're all going to end up jumping in. So it just went on for like 15 minutes. And then, he walks up, and now there's a fence in between him and the guy. And then all his buddies comes walking down. One, including, had a bat, like a metal baseball bat.
Oh, God bless.
So one of them decides to like throw a cup of water or juice or whatever it was. I'm guessing it was like a lemonade drink. Right? Like a frozen lemonade.
And how old are these men?
The one guy was about 50. Then there was one that looked, I don't know, he looked older. And then there's a bunch of young guys. One was like a monster of a guy, let me tell you. A monster. He was huge.
Wow.
And picking on kids.
And so they're jawing back and forth, and then they started like filtering around the fences area, and they tried to like box him in. And so they were all going after him at this point. So he bolted, and, they stopped chasing. They didn't like go after him, but that went on now, the back and forth chasing and all that stuff for a while. And then they decided to go. And so he's sitting like, I don't know, 3 seats down from me. And he starts jawing away, and then the guy comes over. One of the guys came all the way across and got into a beef with him. And they're right there, right? So he's fighting, and he's winning, mind you. The kid is winning. And this was the big guy. Oh man, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. And then the guy comes with a bat. And I can't be an innocent bystander. I can't.
Good for you, Ron. I'm proud of you right now.
I can't. So I stepped in front of the guy with the bat, and I say, back off. Let them go. Back off. You're not hitting him with the bat. There's no way I was going to let that happen.
God bless.
And then all these other guys start filtering around, and it's like they filtered out into like the street and basically fighting away. And, he fought them all off.
No way.
He made them run.
The kid.
And the guy with the bat never swung the bat, never did anything. I just kept standing in front of him so he could get there.
Wow.
Wow.
This fight is one thing, but a bat
No.
pretty messed
And,
up. So
well,
I think the guy is pretty lucky he didn't swing at me because I've been in a few scraps and now I know I'm not the same guy as I used to be even 5 years ago. But adrenaline is a great thing
yes.
Yeah.
and the guy was old. There's no way that guy was going to hurt me. We'll
But
just
why
say
do
that.
they need all those guys to pick on one kid?
That's what
Intimidation.
they do. They just cowards. That's all they are is cowards.
Intimidation. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how do they feel good about themselves after?
And
Convincing
the
those-
older guy, the 50-year-old who was jawing at him the whole time, egging him on, and saying some pretty rotten things. And when somebody mentions your mother,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
that triggers a guy, right?
Yeah.
And he had the comfort of having all his friends, so he knew he wasn't going to get touched. So he was a big man, because of that.
Wow.
But he fought them all off, and the kid won.
Good on him.
But
Good on him.
the police came, like cops everywhere. The police came and they arrested him. I don't
The
know if they
kid.
arrested anybody else because I had to leave. So,
Oh.
I don't know if they arrested anybody else, but they definitely had the kid in the car, and that's, and the kid was defending himself. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that was my story yesterday. It's like it was craziness.
Full moon energy.
I wonder what's going on energy. Yesterday I had to call the cops on somebody beating their dog.
What?
Oh my god!
Yeah, I was
Oh.
at my Chinese doctor getting some medicine, and I looked across the street. I heard some screaming, and there was this guy. He was strung out on something, kicking the dog, hitting the dog, screaming at the dog, yanking on the dog, and I was like, no way. So I called the police.
Good for you.
Him too. So it's interesting that there's like what was the frequency of yesterday in the
Well, there's been
blood moon.
A full moon. Yeah, exactly. The blood moon. Yeah.
This was the blood moon.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, once I realized, what was happening, and it's like all people, it makes no sense. People come running and to check out the situation,
But not help.
and it's like you don't know if these people have a gun.
Yeah, true.
True. Yeah.
I mean,
I guess. See, in Canada, we don't even think about that.
No,
Think about
just
back in heat.
oh, yeah.
It's crazy here. You have a difference. You just sit down, have a beer, talk about it. That's it.
Not quite that. It can escalate here, but we're not worried about someone having a gun on them. Like it's not.
Yeah,
it's just
no,
not-
here you got to worry about that. And
Wow.
there was a lot of elderly there, and it's like they're sitting on these seats, and it was a dangerous situation because they were clearly not worried about anybody else around them.
Yeah. I can just imagine how the adrenaline would have been pumping. I mean, I felt just seeing the guy do that to the dog. I'm like, but you're in the center of it. Holy cow. That would be like, whew.
Yeah. I was sitting near a couple of old ladies that I was talking to, and they were stunned that it was happening, but they didn't move. So it's like, they were right in the line of fire.
Yeah. Kind of
So the fight was like bouncing all over the place, and
wow.
and they could have gotten hurt.
Yeah.
So
Like deer in headlights.
I mean,
right? Just
to me, it was more, okay, I don't want the guy to get hit with the bat. That's different. But the older ladies that were there, it's like they have no defense. So I wasn't gonna because I do think quick, and this has happened to me. I got jumped coming out of an event one time.
What?
I was closing up the place, and I was walking because I lived like a block and a half away from where I worked, which was great, so I can just walk home. And so I put on my headphones and I walked by this car with a bunch of people standing around it. And as I was putting on the headphones with the music and everything, I heard somebody say something, and I turned around and I got punched right in the face.
Oh
And I went down to a knee. Now, again, I don't look like I can handle myself. I don't look like that. I've never looked like that. But I can handle myself. A pretty tough guy, played hockey. Okay.
Right.
So knowing this, I stood up and swung and hit somebody square right in the jaw. I must have broken his jaw. He went down like a bag of dirt. And then I had to fight off these other 3 guys in the middle of the street,
Oh my
just fighting
gosh.
them off. And, you know, I get a shot in here and there. And because I was like backpedaling, just try to get one at a time. And that's how you have to do it. You can't just go in, because then you get your butt beat down.
Wow.
And, you know, fought them all off. And that's what this kid did. He kept backpedaling, you know, so that way, you know, it makes them question what's happening. And the kid did a good job, really, not to get killed. And he actually won. And that was the results of me. Back then, I was in really good shape, and I was tough. Let me tell you, I was tough. And you know, so it's just a dangerous situation for innocent bystanders. When that happened to me, there was nobody around. It was like midnight, you know, so it's a different situation than being in a public place with lots of people in the middle of the day, and all this is going on. And it's like, so my brain is thinking, you know, protect the old ladies, basically.
Absolutely.
And make sure
You
the
know,
kid
that
doesn't get
was
seriously
that
hurt.
was the thing for me. And you know, if the kid got beat down, the kid got beat down, but he wasn't going to get beat down by a bat.
Yeah.
That wasn't
No
happening.
way.
You know, and
For doing that.
I've been in that situation so many times. You know, I've fought off. This guy was basically, he abused his girlfriend.
Oh,
And when I worked retail, she used to come into the store every day, and I see the bruises. You know, it's like, so you talk to her and you say, why do you put up with that kind of stuff, right? Well, one day, this was the first time I saw the guy. He came in with her, and they were arguing. And I'm sitting there doing I was making an order for candy, actually, and I'm listening to it, and all I hear is, I'm gonna beat your ass when I get home. You know, when we get back to the house, he's gonna beat it. And I couldn't listen to it anymore. And I had to tell him, you're not gonna do anything, because if you do it, I'm gonna beat your ass. Right. So I said, matter of fact, get the hell out. I never want to see you again. And so she was thanking me and stuff like that. Of course, they always thank, you know, but they always go back, right?
Yes.
They always
Yeah.
go back.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, is there anybody that you can call to come and get you? And she said yes. And she went over to the payphone outside. And at that time, there were payphones. So there was such thing back then.
A couple years ago, yeah.
So I went outside. I stood by the door just to make sure she was okay. And then she said something, and I couldn't hear her. So I walked over, and then here comes this dude in his car, tried to run us both over.
He probably thought
So-
there was something going on between the two of you, and that's why you stuck up for her. Yeah.
Probably. So he gets out of the car, grabs her by the hair, and starts dragging her into the car. And I just lost my mind. And I beat him down until the cops came. Literally beat him down until the cops came.
Wow.
So I had him on the ground, and I was just boom, boom, boom.
It's like a movie. It's like,
What was she?
It is. So, that's I can't stand, you know, especially when a man hits a woman. I can't sit and do nothing. I can't do it. It's just impossible.
Ron.
You're a very wonderful human, Ron.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, I just
Ron, stand by me. Ron, stand by me. Oh,
So
wow.
just some stories. I have
Yes,
so many stories, and that's what I love about this show. I get to say them when the time is right. Fight Club. Yeah, I should
Yeah,
have named it Fight Club, huh?
yeah, exactly. Good morning, Christy.
Yeah, wow.
All right, so today is season 2, episode 181, The Breakfast Club,
Love
and
it.
the title always has something to do with one of the segments. And today it is no difference. And it's also fitting because it's like a club here right now.
Yeah,
And
Absolutely.
I love it. When I saw Breakfast Club, I'm like, oh, I love it. That's
Me
great.
too.
Yeah.
That was my thoughts.
Yep. You're gonna love that one. You're gonna love that. We got a great show ahead of you today. We've got, I don't know what we got. What do we got? We've got lost my notes. What did I do? I
I
did
don't know.
something.
You just wanted to
Oh
see.
man, it's all messed up.
Uh-oh.
I love it.
I don't know what I did.
Uh-oh.
Ron's changing
Oh, there
things
we
up.
go.
There
There
you
we go. I'm like, where did it go? Where did it go? So we got timeline shifting to
Mhm.
start things off,
Yes.
but we will have a fall preview of TV. And I don't know if either of you watch TV, but
I don't.
Sometimes.
you know, we got the new stuff coming and some of the greats that have been on for the last decade. We also have infinite possibilities of being being Ron Guy's on show. Could you imagine? That would get ratings up, right?
Oh, we don't
So
want that.
infinite
Ron. We don't want that.
possibilities of being, which is going to be very interesting. Like, could you imagine if there was an infinite amount of you?
There
Oof.
is. There is, Ron.
I would love that. Because then I would send myself off to do everything I need to do and not have me. You just stay home. We also have another installment of Ron's Top 5, which, Kenny, beware.
Oh,
Kenny, beware. You're not going to like it. But it is a great one. I cannot wait. So let's jump right into things, even though it's not really right into things. It's been 18 minutes already.
and
Wow.
that's okay.
Today's show is gonna run late. Let me tell you. All right. So Sharon, timeline shifting.
Well, it's the premise or the idea that existence itself isn't limited to one path. Like there's multiple possibilities. There's multiple options in every moment of every day. And every choice can open up a new possibility, right?
Mhm.
So, and it's sometimes it's the little things that we do that create the most change. It can, we decide to stop at the store on our way to work, and all of a sudden we meet somebody, and they start to play a role in our life. It can be just a small
Yeah.
change, right, Luannah?
Oh,
Absolutely. Yeah,
absolutely.
we talked about this a lot last week.
The sliding door moments. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's interesting because just throughout a course of day, you're probably deciding like a million things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as simple as what you're gonna have to eat.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna eat for dinner tonight? So you have to decide basically what that is, and then decide if you need to go get an ingredient that you want to add to it or something. So there's a lot of those decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like Thich Nhat Hanh said, there's no single entity whose identity is changeless. We're all changing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's
Life.
different thoughts about it. Like spiritually, people will say just increase your vibration. If you're going to the office every day thinking, oh god, there's a girl in there. Like for example, when I used to manage a law firm, there was a lady who was just cranky all the time, and so I dreaded seeing her because she was just sour and awful and hated everybody. And so I just started smiling at her every day. Good morning. Was nice. Well, not that I wasn't nice before, but I would typically avoid her. And it changed. She started warming up a little bit, and And other people were noticed and were like, okay, well, maybe if we're nice to her, maybe she'll be nice to us. And it changed the whole environment, not the whole environment, but it just changed quite a bit in the office. So,
Right.
you increase your vibration and make some different choices, and you attract what you put out, right? We're
Yeah.
literally magnets.
Yeah, we're creators and magnets. Yeah, and like if you would
Right.
have chosen to entangle with the story of her behavior, then you would have amped up your story, and then that would have amped up her story, and then there would have been that friction would have built. But what you did is you dissipated it because you did the absolute contrary move. It's like Aikido. You used that energy and you used it for a different move, and then that changed the whole thing, which is cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
good job.
Well, being the manager, you can't be petty. You've got to
Yeah.
treat everybody the same and do the thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was really cool. And then there's psychologically reframing, right? So if you're in a relationship that was abusive or upsetting for some reason, instead of saying, "Oh, that last relationship really ruined my life. I hated it. It was horrible." You say, "Oh, you know what? I didn't sign up for that, but what did I learn from it? What good came out of it? How did it change me in a positive way?" And so it's just there's a psychological reframe. You can think of it that way too. And then in physics, there's the many worlds theory that every choice opens up a new universe and there's
Oh.
unlimited potentials.
Quantum
And
physics. Yeah.
what's
Yeah,
that?
Quantum physics. Yeah,
Yeah,
quantum physics. Yeah.
absolutely.
you
Absolutely.
definitely, it's like there's destiny and all this stuff, but you have to create your own destiny.
Hmm,
And that is just by the decisions that you go through the day with. I mean, to decide to stay home that day rather than go to some, meeting, say, well, you don't know what that meeting is gonna develop into. And if you
exactly.
don't go, how are you supposed to know that it's your destiny to go, right? I mean,
Right.
it could be something that works out for you so well. I mean, it could also go the other way and could be something disastrous, but these are the decisions you've got to make, to in order to prosper the same thing. You can't just sit at home. You're not gonna get anywhere that way.
Yeah.
Well, and it's
Like,
interesting
Unless you're
because
doing it online like we are and have the best show ever, you know?
we do know it. We're the best kept secret. That's what I always say. It's the
Yeah,
best kept
exactly.
secret.
Christy
Um,
said, it's the space between, liminal space.
Liminal space. Yep. Yes.
yeah.
And thoughts become things. So what you're thinking, your predominant thoughts become your reality.
Yeah,
And it's really important to surround yourself with people who are happy, people who are loving, caring, kind, all of the values that you hold and that you embody. It's important. It's important to
yeah,
surround yourself
Yeah.
with.
And oh, sorry. Yeah. And
No, no, go ahead, Anna.
surround ourselves with people who are, committed to being real as well,
and
right?
positive too.
And
You gotta
positive,
have positivity.
to be able to meet the shadow sides with
Yep.
grace and goodness versus, judgment and harshness, because we're all fallible human beings.
Mhm.
We're all
Yeah,
learning as we go, right? And we
and I'll
need to,
tell
Do
you,
the best we can.
yeah,
last night I did a board game event, and we have this woman that goes there who's very difficult to explain a game to, because she talks over you when you're trying to explain it, asking the question that I'm explaining at the moment. If she doesn't talk, she can hear the answer, right? So knowing this, I sat down to teach a couple of people a new game, the World Fair. It's a great game. So I had just got done teaching the game, and she came in. And we were the only game that wasn't started at that point. So I know that she has to be in our game, and it's very difficult to explain it to her. It'll be 100 questions. The game runs very slow with her, you know. But knowing this, I still have to treat her with respect and dignity and the whole bit,
beautiful.
and she is a wonderful person. let me say that she is wonderful. She brought food for everybody. You know,
Mhm.
she does things for people, and she is wonderful. It's just
Mhm.
tough to explain a game, and I had to explain the game all over again, and again with the questions and the whole bit and talking over,
Mhm.
and I have to pace the conversation because I don't want to come off as rude and ignorant
Mhm.
and be cruel to her, you
Mhm.
know. So that is a decision that I ultimately make
Mhm.
because you have to treat people right.
Absolutely.
You
Yes,
have to do
everyone
it.
deserves respect and to be treated with
Right.
dignity.
And
Mhm.
yes, it
Yeah.
takes her a little while to understand the game. It takes her, you know, the whole game to get through the game to ask questions every turn. And that is okay because she's just trying to learn the game.
Yeah,
Mhm. Mhm.
exactly.
And those are the decisions you made. And to top it all off, she won the game.
That's funny.
Because you
So
explained it so
I
well.
must be a great teacher.
I was going to say, yes, it was your teaching methods, Ron.
That's so fun.
So yeah, so I try to guide them through the game. You know, these are your options. Best option is to get this or do that or whatever. And
Mm.
you know, and it's just another decision.
Mhm.
And you
Mm.
know, because what happens if I'm rotten to her, right? If I'm mean, you know, then she'll
She'll
never
freeze
come
out
back.
and she'll never
And
Right.
then
yeah.
the people that are sitting there playing the game with us aren't going to like me very much either.
No.
Right.
So, you know, so it's just all those decisions, whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter. You still have to make these decisions.
But
Mhm.
there's an interesting little thing you can do, like what your thoughts become things. So what you put out, you get back. So if there's someone who always rubs you the wrong way, or you seem to just not connect for some reason, before you meet them, you change your thoughts. You think, okay, they're wonderful, they're happy. You envision just a great exchange, a great
Yeah.
interaction, and everyone's laughing and having a great time. And you think about that, and you spend 3 or 4 minutes envisioning that scenario. And it's amazing if you do that every time before you go see them. It's amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing
You
how
know,
the
and
interactions will change, and they will. Oh my God!
oh,
What is
doggy!
he? What is his
Holy
name?
cow, that's not a dog. That's like a bear.
Yeah, his
Oh,
name is
so
Pono.
it's cute. Oh,
What kind of
so
dog is that?
beautiful.
He's part Bernese, part Old English Sheepdog.
Oh,
He's
he
2
is.
years and 5 months old. Mister, say hi, Pono. Oh,
Hi,
What a
yes.
great dog.
hi, Bruno. He doesn't care. He's
His,
just like, I just want some loves.
his
I just need
face
some
is
love.
kind of human like.
Yes. His eyes are very human. He's just like, he's such an incredible being. Yeah, when he looks at you, he'll look at you deep in the eyes.
And
And
you got a seagull
Oh,
laughing in the background somewhere.
yes. Oh, he's right over here. Yeah.
I have a Great Pyrenees, and he reminds me. They're
Aw,
similar.
beautiful.
Hmm.
Beautiful.
Oh,
So
Pono is a
so
beauty.
Christy says, I look for glimmers in life, the little things that bring joy. My newest thing is to really work at not just looking for them, but making them happen. And to change that and make it fun. And now with my efforts, I call it doing a line of hope. It
Oh, I
makes
love it.
life sound more fun, exciting, and badass.
Doing a
Beautiful.
line of hope. That's beautiful.
As long as it's a line of hope and not a line of something else.
Yeah.
Well, that's yeah, that's the play on words for sure.
Yeah. So, these topics that we do like this, you could talk like days for this.
Well, absolutely, absolutely. Sounds like a simple topic, but there's a lot of depth, and there's
Yeah.
a we could go on for hours about what thoughts become
Decision
things, and
making.
that's really the gist of it. What you think becomes your reality, and
Yeah.
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 So just try
That
changing
is
your
so
thoughts a little
awesome.
bit, see what changes in your life.
That is so awesome. Could you imagine if you kept a journal of just the decisions that you make?
Yeah.
First, you'd have to add the decision to make the journal.
Yes, exactly. I decided to keep
But
this journal.
that
Decision
would
one.
be you would need several notebooks, worth of just for,
Yeah.
a week of decisions.
I keep a journal of positive things that happen. So at the end of
Yeah.
the day, I'll write down all the positive things that happened and what I'm
Nice.
grateful for that day.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There we go. All right. Let's go into where you can find us.
Ooh.
You are watching us live on YouTube, Rumble, and Kick at Rhode Island Broadcasting, just like Christy is. She's watching us on Kick.
Ooh, I love it, Christy.
Hey, Chris.
So now the next person that comes in on Kick and says, tired of streaming to zero, well, guess what, buddy? Guess what? Christy is here on Kick also, so you would not be alone. You can also watch us live on Twitch at RI_broadcasting. So get on there, give us some bits, and if you give us 6 bits, then Luannah, Sharon, and myself can all put our 2 cents in.
That's right.
You can also listen to us on the audio version, Red Circle, Spotify, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio at RI Broadcasting. So if you're at work and you can't watch us, then start listening to the podcast. You know, you can listen to all the podcasts from all the shows that we do live here on Rhode Island Broadcasting on there. So this show, of course, Sports Unfolded, woo, can't speak. Falls Count Anywhere, of course. Going to episode 3 tomorrow is Holy Shiftball, so you can find that on
Shitballs,
there as
baby.
well. So, you know, got to get on, listen to all those shows. And I forgot Just for Kicks too, the soccer show. So, all right, you can also follow us on all of our fancy, smancy social media, including LinkedIn, Parler, Blue Sky, TikTok, MeWe, Space Hey,
Space, hey.
and of course Patreon, where you can get these fine mugs
Nice.
at RI Broadcasting. Yep, there you go. You can also follow us on Twitter/X at Broadcasting RI. I'm still waiting for the name shift to go back to Twitter. X is just terrible. Sounds like a porn site.
Such a strange name. I don't understand the name X. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he wanted to make it a porn site, in my opinion. All right, so also you can follow us on the Facebook page, Going On Daily Morning Show. We got to try to get back to the 10,000 followers we had on RI Broadcasting that got yanked from us. But get on there, follow, share, so that way we can once again air live on Facebook. So follow us there. And don't forget to go to the website, RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net, so that way you can find this show, all the shows, all the hosts that we have, where you can find them. And of course, you can vote for the Hall of Fame, which is currently going. Right now, we are trying to see who's going to get in between Jaws, Rocky, The Godfather, Saturday Night Fever, and of course, Grease. So vote for your favorite there, because if you don't vote for your favorite, they might not win. Just keep that in mind.
Who's in the
And
lead?
it's
What are the
close.
percentages?
Right now, in the lead is Jaws.
Oh, wow.
It's got a
Okay.
1 vote lead. 1 vote right
Over?
now. 1 vote
Over
lead.
who?
Over Rocky.
What? The
Yes.
Godfather isn't. Oh my God. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God,
now,
no pun
just to
intended.
Put in this perspective, The
That's right.
Godfather hasn't received a vote yet.
No
What?
way. Wow.
Hard to believe.
Oh, I got to get on there then.
So this is what we did with the Sports Unfolded polls with the Hall of Fame for us. We had a poll that had like Charles Barkley won, but Kobe Bryant was in that vote and that list, and he never received the vote. Because everybody assumes, all right, well, Kobe's going to win, so that means I'll just vote for the other guy that I want to go. And that happened way too often. And Charles Barkley ended up winning, and Kobe got no votes.
Wow, that's crazy.
It is crazy. I thought it was a shoe-in for Kobe. Guess not. Guess not. So you gotta go vote. I wanted to watch your show, All Eyes on Me, and couldn't message you with YouTube for some reason. Yeah, that happens once in a while.
I
Sometimes the
experienced that the
chat
other day.
don't work.
Yeah, the YouTube
So
wouldn't allow me to chat. I had that the other day.
yeah, so it's good that you found another outlet to do that, and that's fantastic. I'm
Hmm.
glad you did that. I appreciate that.
Good
So
job,
All
Christy.
Eyes on Me was a fantastic episode, by the way. So we did mention Tupac in that. That was Tupac's song, and we did mention that. That was the anniversary of when he got shot.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
So that was a pretty good episode, let me tell you. Kenny's on it, so stuff's gonna happen when Kenny's on the show. All right, so with all that being done now, let's move on to what do we got next? I don't even know what's next.
What are we shifting into next?
Oh, TV fall preview. All right, so there's so much that's coming on, but I'm gonna focus on the stuff that I think is worthy of watching. And there are a lot of new shows like every fall. So I'll mention some of those. The first thing I want to mention is there's a new, I guess, a documentary kind of thing, Thirst Trap. It's about this TikToker. The fame, the fantasy, and the fallout. So something bad happened. I don't know any famous TikTokers or YouTubers or anything like that. I don't know. I don't care, because that's not my cup of tea. But there's some sort of thing that happened with this guy, and it's supposed to be, a little docu-series. So I don't know if you're into that kind of stuff, but so the first thing I noticed, of course, AMC brought back Ride with Norman Reedus, the star of The Walking Dead. Daryl Dixon. So they brought him back, and all that show is him on a motorcycle and somebody else on a motorcycle, and they just ride around. That's all it is. It's really terrible. It's really terrible. I don't know why it's on TV, but it is because everything is on TV, right?
Wow.
Exactly.
But I just had to say it. I had to say it out loud because I like Norman Reedus. But why? Why? The show that caught my eye, September 18th, Black Rabbit on Netflix. It's a limited series, and it stars Jason Bateman and Jude Law. There's only 8 episodes.
I love Jason Bateman.
I like both of them. Yeah.
That is them together down over here next to Sylvester.
Okay.
You can't even tell that it's Jason Bateman, let me tell you.
You can't. No, I'm looking at that thinking, holy heck, that does. I would never.
I watched the trailer. It looks amazing.
Oh,
Looks amazing.
Awesome.
So is it a thriller? Is it what kind of a?
Yeah, it's definitely a drama thriller kind of thing. So, it didn't really give away anything, but it looks interesting, and it looks like it's going to be a big one. It's going to be good.
Ozark was my favorite. Favorite thing I've seen him in. I loved Ozark. That was a great series.
Yes.
No,
And I believe it might even be by the makers of Ozark, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I've known to be wrong a time or two.
No, that's not possible, right?
I know you might think it's not possible, but there's been about 2 times I've been wrong.
Oh my goodness.
So that's one that I'm really looking for. Of course, September 21 is season 3 of Tulsa King. I love Sly Stallone in that. Fantastic. Probably the best thing he's done in a decade. Maybe more. Because the guy doesn't stop working. He's always working. But it's a fantastic show. What a great show. If you like gangsters, this is the one you got to see.
Oh, my son will like that. He's all into the Sopranos and everything right now.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is way better than Sopranos.
Yeah. Oh,
I love it. I love it. I think
I liked Sopranos back in the day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. So there's the Tulsa King on September 21st. September 23rd is another new show, The Lowdown on FX. It stars Ethan Hawke, Kyle MacLachlan, Keith David.
Dean, dinner's ready.
What the heck was that?
Oh, that's
And
funny.
Gene Triplehorn. I mean, it looks pretty good. You know, again, another thriller. What the hell is that?
Dinner's
Oh my
ready, bro.
God. So, Lowdown looks really good. I like Ethan Hawke.
I love Ethan.
Yes.
So I plan on checking it out. That's on September 23rd. Also, let me see. Of course, my favorite show, Survivor, comes back another season. I don't what 51, 52. I don't know where they're at anymore, but I still love the show.
That's
Still
a lot
love
of
the show. That comes back on the 24th. So Wednesday night. Anybody that needs anything Wednesday night, forget it. Forget it, because it's not happening at 8:00. It's not happening. So, so there's that. The Amazing Race debuts on the 25th, and then we'll follow Survivor, because Survivor will have a long episode on you know, that first Wednesday. Then there's the Red King, another new show on AMC. This looked pretty interesting. It's a like a mystery kind of thriller, and it's an investigator that, you know, is investigating something. Of course, they don't give you anything on the trailer. They just give you some action and some drama, right? It looked good. I'm going to give it a shot. I don't know if it'll stick, you know, because not every new show is going to stay. Let me tell you. And especially Netflix. Netflix has about 10 new shows coming. Only one of them will return. Just keep that in mind, because they cancel everything.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. They get you hooked and then they cancel.
One. They will keep one.
Mhm.
All right. There's also The Savant on Apple TV that debuts on the 25th as well. Looks okay. It's a limited series. It's about an investigator that infiltrates an online hate group.
Ooh.
And that's very relevant to these days.
It is very relevant, yeah.
So it looks pretty interesting, and I'm surprised it hasn't happened before this, to be honest with you. You know,
Now,
I mean, with all the online bullying and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
so,
there will be 10 more shows just like that after this one debuts.
oh, of course. Now, September 28th, I'm excited for Billy the Kid. It is the final season, I believe.
Mm.
I mean, they can't have a series go on forever because Billy the Kid dies.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
So, you know, just saying.
Yeah.
It's the final season, so I'm almost guaranteeing he dies.
My son and I just watched Lone Guns last night, right? That was about Billy the Kid with Emilio Estevez and a few other actors. Lone Gunners.
Oh,
Yeah,
Young Guns.
Yeah.
That was a good movie. The first one was real good.
Yeah, that was
All
good.
right. There is an interesting one, and I want to watch this. It's Nightmares of Nature.
Oh, I don't even want to. Oh, no.
It's a
No, thank you.
Netflix show. And it is a documentary about animals.
Mm-hmm.
But Blumhouse is filmed this. It is a Blumhouse production. So it's going to be about animals like you see all the time. You know, big cats, which are returning. You know, you see them and they do the documentary and like how it lives, how it hunts. And it's going to be like that, but only in the form of like horror.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's not for me.
So it's going to be interesting. I have to check it out because they're going to have frogs. Like how are they going to have frogs in a horror movie? You know, not a horror movie. It's not a movie. It is a documentary, but it's filmed like a horror movie.
Wow.
So, A show that is going to completely tank after the first episode. On Brand with Jimmy Fallon. It's about marketing for companies. It's going to fail
Okay.
miserably. I like
Okay.
Jimmy Fallon, but this was one that's not going to work because people, frankly, don't care. Nobody cares about the big corporations. Just saying.
Unless he's making fun of them. then it'll catch on.
I love Jimmy Fallon. I think he's funny.
Yeah.
All right. Of course, I watched Chicago Fire. That returns on October 1st with all the other Chicago shows. That same day, Shifting Gears. I gotta check this out because that's the Tim Allen comedy. You know, so it's not following the footsteps of Home Alone and his other one, Last Man Standing. It's the same thing, just different co-stars. Same thing. But if you like it, then why not watch it, right?
Sure.
When did ABC take over for 911 shows? I always thought that was Fox, but for some reason, it's now on ABC. That comes on October 9th, and they have, of course, a new one, 911 Nashville. I'm guessing it takes place in Nashville. Just saying, more of the same. It's the same. It's all these shows regurgitate themselves. It's
For
like
every new generation.
they canceled SWAT this past season, right? They canceled it.
Oh.
So what do? They have SWAT exiles coming in. Same freaking cast.
Wow.
They canceled it, but they just renamed it. That's all they did. Renamed it.
Well, it's like CSI. I think one of the first shows that did all like CSI New York, CSI LA, CSI whatever, front yard, backyard, bathroom. Like they had CSI everything. It was crazy.
Yes.
Every night there was a CSI show on. I was like, oh my God.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Law and Order has done it again. So they have Law and Order, Organized Crime, Law and Order SVU, all on the 25th of September for NBC. Well, on September 24th, CW debuts Law and Order Toronto.
Oh. Okay.
Wow.
It's the same thing, except that they complain about the Toronto Maple Leafs not winning the Stanley Cup. That's what,
Ever.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
It's just dejected fans. They're arresting dejected fans for fighting in the street.
How bad must this show be that NBC didn't air this one and they gave it to CW? How bad must it be?
Pretty
Just
bad.
saying.
Yeah, maybe.
Please let it be Thorne Bradley for.
When you were talking about the motorcycle show, that
I have no idea.
The motorcycle was somebody else,
different person on,
and Christy was like, "Please let it be Thorne Bradley."
Yeah, it's a different person every episode that's with him.
Okay.
And they just talk. I don't know. I watched it once and I'm like, why am I watching this? And I said that to myself like 4 or 5 times throughout the whole show. And I kept watching for whatever reason. I don't know. I think it's just because I have to make sure that I don't like it.
Or you're waiting for something good. You're like, okay, maybe the next scene will be good.
Right. Yeah. Something's going to happen, right?
Maybe it's going to come together in the next show, right? Yeah. I've watched shows like that before too.
October 10th, The Last Frontier, Apple TV. This looks pretty good. Picture Con Air in Alaska.
Okay.
So it's a plane that crashes with all these hardened criminals, and I guess the marshal, who's played by Jason Clarke, has to find all of them as they terrorize the town.
Wow.
In Alaska.
Well, Alaska's beautiful, so at least there'll be scenery.
Yes. Yeah. So I might try it, see if it's okay, but I don't know if it'll last. Then there's October 16th, a Peacock limited documentary, Devil in Disguise, John Wayne Gacy. That should be a pretty interesting one.
Yeah, actually.
So I plan on watching that one because, I like a good serial killer. Just saying, you know.
Funny.
You and my sisters, Debbie and Shirley, oh my God, they like all the serial killer stuff. It's
Yeah, no.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
do
not for
too.
me.
I do
Not
too.
for me.
October 17th, I watched Fire Country. I like the show a lot. But again, why did they have to make Sheriff Country?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Or money.
okay, it's in the middle of nowhere, right? Now, this is like a little town, and they always have to put out forest fires, right? I get that. But the sheriff in that town, what does the sheriff really have to do? I mean, come on. Really?
No. Chase bears.
It's like
After
that has
wildlife.
failure written all over it. All over it.
It's funny.
Tracker returns. I like Tracker. It's a pretty decent show. It's not great. It's,
Who's in
it's a
Tracker?
generic investigator, but I like it. It's pretty good. The acting is good in it. So, I still don't understand how they solve crimes in like 2 days, because that never happens.
Yeah.
The Road is a new show, and this is, we have all those music shows coming back, right? The Voice and all that. They're all coming back, right? This is like that. It is a music competition. Only you have to vote on the act that precedes Keith Urban. So he's going out on tour, and all these acts will open up for him, and then
Okay.
you have to vote whether or not they're good enough to continue.
Oh,
That's
wow.
an interesting concept, actually.
Interesting
So
concept.
if you vote them no, they can't continue with the tour.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
wow, the publicity
Keith Urban will
they'll
then
get
have somebody
regardless.
else, and so they
Wow.
go on until they get voted off. So there'll probably be, I don't know, I'm just saying maybe 4 or 5 bands that will open for them, and it'll be a competition like that, and the winner goes on for the rest of the tour.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like
Very
Keith Urban, so I might watch it just for his music.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hopefully you get, a song or two by him. I don't know.
Totally.
We'll see. And then there's Lazarus, October 22nd, limited series, 6 episodes. It's another thriller. Sam Clifton and Bill Nighy star in it. So there's that one. It looks pretty interesting. Could be okay. But it's only 6 episodes, so you don't have to commit to a long thing.
Holy cow!
And
These
then-
are TV shows. Wow. That's
Yeah,
like-
these are just the ones that I key on. There's a million more that
Oh
probably
my
suck.
God. Wow.
Welcome to Derry. It returns to TV now.
Huh.
So the clown will make an appearance in It, Welcome to Derry, on HBO, October 26th. The same day, one of the best shows on TV, Mayor of Kingstown from Paramount Plus debuts. They start season 4 on the 26th of October. Edie Falco from Sopranos.
Oh, I like
joins
Edie
the
Falco.
cast. She joins the cast.
Mm.
And what show is that again?
Great show. What was that?
What show is that again?
Mayor of Kingstown.
Oh,
Kingstown.
Kingstown. Okay.
Yeah, so it's I can't even think of his name right now. He was Hawkeye in the Marvel movies. I can't think of his name.
Oh, right.
Great actor. He was also in The Town. Great
Yeah.
movie,
Right.
Anyway, so that is that. November is a whole different ball game. There's Robin Hood, Landman returns. I cannot wait for that. That's a great series. And then Bel Air, last season for Bel Air. I don't know if you caught the remake of the Fresh Prince
No.
of Bel Air.
No.
That's a drama. That's a drama series. It's paints it a little differently. And then Stranger Things comes back for the final season in November as well. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. Like I said, we're gonna run late today. So now we have Infinite possibilities of being.
Yeah. Just like all that infinite possibilities of TV shows. Holy cow.
Oh,
Yes,
exactly. It makes your head spin.
it
Wow.
does. It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. Yeah. Last week I was, I love reflecting. I'm always observing my life and life around me. And then there was a day I was just looking at everything and thinking, holy cow, like human beings are 9 billion people on planet Earth. And every single one has their own unique created universe. And just the fact
Yeah.
of that is a miracle. Right.
Yeah,
And I was,
that's crazy.
and
Now,
I
when
was
you
thinking,
think about it,
right. And then I was thinking about music. So we have 7 notes in the music scale. Of course, there's sub notes and high notes and that, but 7 key notes. And we can make infinite music from just those 7 key notes. And it's the same with
yeah,
us.
some of it's not so good though.
But yeah, like in human nature, right? We can do,
Yeah,
we have
some
infinite
of it's not so good.
Yeah, no. Right? But we're all, we're all frequency. So we're all basically living our own symphony and creating our own symphony moment by moment by moment. Right? And so it was just a beautiful little contemplation. And that's where I came up with the thought, infinite possibilities of being, not infinite possibilities of doing, infinite possibilities of being. What does that mean to be? Who am I being in this moment? How am I being? Like you, Sharon, when you went to the office, you chose a different way of being,
Hmm.
and that created a whole different ripple effect.
Yes.
Right. And I was reflecting on, we make decisions every day, and how many of them are consciously, really through clarity and observation and awareness, and how many are unconsciously? They're just reactions.
Yes.
But because our survival nature is designed to deceive, when we're in survival mode, like the Anna the possum play dead, right? We're all wired to deceive when we're caught in our survival brain. And we will even deceive ourselves,
Mm.
Well,
right?
Mm.
I
you
mean,
can't see the label from inside the jar, right? So that is a bit of self-deception because we're not cognitively aware,
and
actionary.
yeah, and that's the thing, right? So when I was 19, I asked myself a question, and this is what has never left me. How do I know that I really know what I think I know? How do I know that I really know what I think I know?
You're Ron's brain.
And
See, this is the difference between women and men. Like all the women got that.
Yeah.
well, because I was questioning the reality. I mean, the reality I grew up in, there was a lot of trauma, there was a lot of loss, there was a lot of violence in terms of reactivity. And I was always asking, I always had a different felt sense of life, and like, well, why do we have conflict? Why is it so, where does that violence come from? When we all start out with a new true nature of I just wanting to love and give love.
Yeah.
That's how we all begin. And then something happens to interrupt. Right. And then that interruption, when we're kids, we can't do anything better than create our coping mechanisms for survival. And they're usually crude coping mechanisms. They include denial, and they include a lot of self-deception for survival. So when I say we deceive, I don't mean it like malevolent. It's just like it's an automatic part of our survival. Right. And from that, we create the symphony of our life. Or there's resonance and there's dissonance. And even the fact that there is resonance and dissonance for me is fascinating, that just exists. And the fact that we actually have choice to rewrite our symphony.
Every moment of every day.
And yet when we're caught in our survival mode, we don't realize we have that choice.
Because
Right?
we're reactionary.
And because we're just in the unconscious creation of our life. Right? And so yesterday, so whenever I think of a topic, then life gives me different situations that sort of make me think even more. And yesterday I was watching a video, and it was one of those flash mobs. It was in Europe somewhere, and they did the Bohemian Rhapsody. Oh my God, I'm going to find the link. I'm going to send it to you, Ron. You got to put it on the website. The most magical, human creativity. Like I just was like in tears, and people were having a coffee in the piazza. Nobody had an idea, and then all of a sudden one person started singing, and then the doors started opening on the balconies, and more musicians came out and sang, and then it had something uncover the drums when the drums came, and the whole plaza was full of these beautiful human beings just creating. And for me, that is like resilience. For me, is creativity. It's not just perseverance. Resilience is about using what we've got and making something good out of it, right? So I'm sure
Best
every
song
one of
ever
these
made,
people.
by the way.
Pardon? Best song, yeah.
Best song ever made.
Absolutely. You're going to
Yep.
love this. And it was just like remarkable. And it was just such a beautiful thing. And I was reflecting on that. Yeah, like look at the infinite possibilities of being. I never would have conceived of something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? I never would have, to see that somebody had the thought and then the execution to do that, and then bless all the people there. Now bless all the people on the videos, right? It's a beautiful example of the highest capacity of human beings to create goodness and beauty.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the
And
great thing
for
about
others'
this,
enjoyment.
Yeah.
Mhm.
if you don't like who you are at the moment, you can change that.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And that's the possibility, right?
Exactly. And then 10 minutes later, we drove around the corner downtown, my husband and I, and we ended up in the area where there are drug addicts face down on the cement.
Mhm.
All of this, human potential in life just devastating.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
And that's the other spectrum. Like for me, when I was reflecting on this, like that's where, that's the extreme, but that's kind of where unconscious creation leads to, because we end up being in reaction. And then when we're in reaction, we build more walls, and we don't want to hear truth. We deceive ourselves more. And this was heartbreaking for me too, because I lost my sister to addiction.
Oh,
I
5
did
years
as well.
ago.
sorry.
I did as well.
And
Wow, I'm sorry, you guys.
and it was, I was watching these souls, these lost souls on the streets, and I saw my sister. Even though she wasn't on the street, she had a home, but she kind of rotted herself away in her bedroom. She really isolated herself, and she wouldn't let anybody into her room, and she would just consume, and eventually it took her life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a part of that was the self-deception. She had a pride of not needing help. And this
Yeah.
is what we can do. I've touched it before too, right? We all have, where we don't want to see our reality because it's so painful. And yes, it is. And so that's why in those moments, it's hard to say people have a choice. And yet there is still a choice if they come under an influence that can reveal that to them.
Well,
Otherwise,
see, that's the
they
thing.
stay stuck.
When we look at those people, and I'll say as in quotes, those people,
Mhm.
A lot of people point the finger, oh, those are some bad people right there. But
There's
we don't understand
Yeah,
that they got there through traumatic
absolutely.
circumstances.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I would probably say 99% of them were just like you and me,
Absolutely.
but a wrong decision here, a wrong choice there, puts
Unconscious
them on
decisions.
this
Totally.
path,
Totally.
and they get stuck.
Exactly. And my
And
sister, she was a beautiful artist. She could draw animals and you saw the spirit in their eyes. She was a spiritual person too. She had so much goodness and so much light. But the trauma is what blocked her, and you know, it's a really fine line, because there's always possibility to change.
yes.
Right.
But not as a judgment.
No.
Not as a judgment, right? But just simply observing that, one small change might have changed the whole outcome of her life.
That's
And I know for me, I've been in situations where one small change, I would have ended up completely in a different place too, because
mhm.
I had every right to also go down that path with my history of trauma as well. So it's like there's that fine line of, the infinite possibilities of choice that we have every single moment, like you're saying, the decisions. And when I realize that, and I know that, then I question myself more. I question my thoughts. I question my observations. I question my triggers, right?
Mhm.
Because it's triggers that blind us. It's triggers that get us in survival. And so my big thing, what I, in my work, it's evolved to is, master your triggers, master your life. I talked about that in the first show.
Yeah.
Because when we can start mastering our emotions, then we can start consciously choosing through awareness and exercising that inner muscle. And so, neuroplasticity says that we can change our brain. And I like to let people know that it's possible, even if we feel like we're stuck, even in an abusive relationship, where I've been as well, worked like hell to get out of it, or work situations or places where people feel stuck. My message is like, it is possible to change, but it takes awareness, it takes self-reflection, and it takes then the action to go against the gravity of the habit, because the habit, even if it's not bad, it still feels familiar and comfortable, and that's why we get hooked back in.
Well, and our thoughts are self-perpetuating, right? So they our thoughts create our reality. Thoughts become things. And if we're
Yes.
telling ourselves the same story every day over and over, and not taking a second to reflect and think, why am I thinking these thoughts? How can I change this?
Where are they coming from?
Exactly. Whose thoughts are these? Was this something that was, ingrained in me when I was young from 0 to 7? Is that where I picked this up? Or
Yes.
is it truly something that's happening in my environment right now? And if so, how do I change it? Like you say, self-reflection and questioning, and one little change, like you said, you changed your thought pattern, which changed your life.
Exactly. And it's like the on the entrance of, Delphi, know thyself. And that's really what our journey is about. But we spend so much time projecting outwards, not enough time inwards. But everything is happening for us to learn to know ourselves
Yes.
and to understand the power we actually have. We got so much power.
Incredible once you start to realize.
Influence and affect our lives and other lives.
This is stuff that you see in sci-fi movies. When you see futuristic races in sci-fi, it's always like it's either like the really evil stuff
Or the
or
good stuff.
the inner peace and intelligence and all of that.
Yeah.
It's stuff that people have the abilities to do. They
Yes.
just choose to be what everybody wants them to be.
Yes.
Yes.
There's a lot of
And
that expectation.
yes,
Yes.
and look, we have a lot to learn from these sci-fi movies
Oh,
and
so
these
much.
sci-fi shows. I'll tell you, they like spot on a lot of things,
Absolutely.
and so we have a lot to learn as
Absolutely.
individuals and as a society.
Totally. There's a Zen quote that came to me when I was in Berlin, and it says 10 minutes angry, 10 minutes happy, same 10 minutes. And that really stuck with me. I read that in my 20s, and that never left me. There's these quotes that
Yeah.
just never leave. And it's like, okay, that's true. I can spend these 10 minutes this way, or I can spend them that way.
Yeah.
Or like
Yeah.
in the Hawaiian teachings, Makia, where my attention goes, my energy flows, and that's the reality that grows.
Yes.
Right? So realizing that we have so much power, but if I'm only feeding my negative thoughts, then like you said, Sharon, that's all I'm going to keep generating and creating. And then they're going to feel bigger and like more monstrous because I'm the one feeding them.
Right. And they become overwhelming.
Versus bringing in, at least if we can, this is what when we, and I've experienced this to be true, when I bring in an equal measure or maybe just a little bit more of appreciation for what is, the goodness that is in this moment simultaneously as the trouble or the problem. It's not about trying to say there's no more sadness or no more conflict or no more. It's like, okay, even though this is the duality of life and it exists, how can I bring a balanced measure of goodness and appreciation for life, for the good stuff that I do have? And when I do that, then the scale sort of balances, and then I find my way. But when we lose appreciation, then everything becomes contemptful. Life becomes contemptful. Relationships become contemptful. And once we're at that point, appreciation is the only rescuer. If there's no appreciation or gratitude in the sense of awareness that, wow, it's even amazing we're talking. It's even amazing I can think these thoughts. It's even amazing that I can, walk, and that I can have a heartbeat, and that I can, breathe and taste good food.
Three of us in different places, and yet we're together at the same spot.
That's right.
I always think when something happens that I don't particularly enjoy or I feel challenging or whatever, I think, what is right about this situation that I'm not seeing?
Yeah, what is good that I'm not seeing, and or what is the gift?
What is
Because
the gift?
every trigger I have is actually a mirror to me. It has nothing to
Exactly.
do with the other person who's triggering me. It's always about me. And then I look at, okay, where's that coming from? What's the mirror there, right? And so,
Yes.
and for me, that makes all the difference. And then, say, like years ago, a trigger would have me going for like a week or two, ruminating, chewing on it like a rawhide, right?
Yes, exactly.
And
Just like a dog with a bone, you can't
yeah,
let go.
yeah. But now I can move it in like record time now, right? But we're never going to not have triggers. That's the thing. We're always going to have triggers. It's just a matter of, being willing to learn that there's another way to navigate them versus just unconsciously reacting. But there is a way to understand and go deeper, to see self and other, and just have kindness. I mean, kindness is really what makes the world go around. It's free, that
If
human
we're
kindness.
willing to look at ourselves, triggers can be impetus for growth.
Absolutely, they are. They're actually the stimulus for growth. Like
Yeah.
two sticks rubbing together creates the flame. So that's
Yes.
the friction of
Friction.
triggers, right? So my invitation is just to embrace the whole duality of everything. He agrees. The seagull says, "Yeah."
Yes, he's like,
Right.
go,
So
Luannah. That's right.
and recognize, gosh, we got so many possibilities, and when we narrow in our moments of sadness or grief, we rob ourselves of those possibilities to even just show themselves. So in that contrast of the Bohemian Rhapsody, I'll get you that link, and then the streets, it's like, wow, the beauty of humanity and the
Heartbreak.
devastating of the
Yeah.
heartbreaking of humanity, and all of it is the dance, all of it is the symphony of life, and all of it has its place and purpose and meaning too. And the more that I let myself embrace that, the more I can love too. The more I can be generous with my kindness rather than in
But
reaction.
everybody needs to be, right?
Yeah,
Everybody needs to be generous with the kindness.
yeah,
Everything has become so petty that
yeah,
you see throughout,
yeah.
life, and it's just not the right way to be.
No,
Um, Look, uh, it's such a conversation. We might have to have you two go on a show with Kyle and just do a show just based on this, because there's
I'd love
so
that.
much that we can't cover enough of it on the
no,
show.
no. This is just a drop of it, but a drop
Absolutely.
is a seed, and yeah, let's let
Yeah.
that seed grow. Yeah.
So, all right. So, where can they find you, Luana?
They can find me. My website is soulspectivesinstitute.com.
Yep.
And on Facebook, I'm under Luannah Victoria. It's my first and middle name. My Luannah Victoria Rana also got hacked a year and a half ago, so I don't use my full name anymore, just in case I'm targeted. So I just use Luannah Victoria. So that's where you can find me. I post lots of articles and things like that as well. And my retreat center is serenitybythesea.com.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, you have a
I
retreat
need to go
center.
there. I need
Center.
to go
Yeah,
Luannah, we
there.
need to talk. We need to talk.
yeah, yeah. I work
Yeah.
with
Sharon,
women
where
that
can they
are.
find you?
Pardon?
Oh, they can find me currently on Facebook at Your Transformation. And my website isn't quite up and running yet, but I'm getting there. In the next week, Your Transformation on my website, yourtransformation.com will be up, or .ca, pardon me. It's .ca because I'm Canadian.
Ah,
Yourtransformation.ca.
awesome.
And yeah, they'll be able to find me there. Mhm.
Don't forget Holy
Plus,
Shift Balls.
plus Holy Shift Balls. Holy Shift Balls, you can find us on YouTube at Holy Shift Balls, on Facebook at holy.shiftballs, and a few other platforms, but we'll just focus on those two for today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
right here
tomorrow we
tomorrow at
have,
noontime.
pardon me,
Tomorrow at noontime, right here.
well, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central,
Well, 11 a.m. Central. Yeah, 12 noon Eastern time.
12 Eastern, and 10 Mountain, 9
Yeah,
Pacific. Mhm.
yeah,
So yeah, and tomorrow we have
right.
Trina Amiot on. She is a really interesting person in her genre, which is um, Oh, for the love of goodness, my mind has gone blank. She,
I mind
Well,
you.
that's more reason why they need to watch it then.
I know, she's an intuitive. She's an intuitive oracle card reader, and what makes her different is that she used to be an engineer, and so she left the world of engineering and got
Wait, is
into
that like an
mysticism.
engineer as in trains?
No, I think she was civil. I believe
Yeah,
was her
I
engineering
bet.
background, and yeah, well, trains would have been
I
interesting.
want a choo-choo train.
Nope, but I do have a nephew that does that. But so she takes the engineering mindset and background and intertwines that with spirituality. So she's a really unique
Can't wait.
person and has a unique perspective. It's going to be a great show. And she has a great sense of humor. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So tomorrow, episode 3.
Episode 3.
Right now, it is season 2, episode 181, The Breakfast Club, which
Wow.
now leads me into the Ron's top 5 movies from
Ooh.
1985.
E.T. Phone Home.
Exactly. E.T. Back to the Future. Rocky.
So 1985 was a pretty decent year for movies. Big on comedies, of course.
Yeah.
From Fletch to National Lampoon's European Vacation, Brewster's Millions with Richard Pryor, Volunteers. I mean, it had a lot. Spies Like Us. But it also had some other movies like Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Oh, yeah.
Big time movie. Love that movie. That might have been my favorite of the series.
Okay.
Had View to a Kill. A View to a Kill. James Bond, Roger Moore.
Ooh, okay.
You know? So that was out. Police Academy 2. Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. Vision Quest. Mask with Cher.
Yeah. Right.
Oh,
Fantastic
forgot
movie.
about
And
that.
Color Purple. Color Purple. And I gotta be honest. It's not on my list because I haven't seen it. I actually haven't seen the movie, and I was like, wait, I haven't seen this movie.
I haven't
Now
seen
I
it either.
have to watch the
No,
movie.
it's a beautiful movie. Yeah, really, really amazing.
So it didn't make my list because I haven't seen it. So, Rambo First Blood Part 2 didn't make my list.
Thank God.
And of course, every teen's fantasy movie, Porky's Revenge, was out that year.
Oh my God, I remember those movies. Oh
I was
my
19 when that movie came out, so
Oh my gosh, I
that
was
was right up
14.
my alley.
Yeah,
They were
Wow.
funny movies, though. They were funny.
they were
Mhm.
funny. Yeah.
Target with Gene Hackman, Runaway Train with John Voight. There were so many good ones. All right, honorable mentions. Gremlins. Honorable mention. You ever see that one?
Nope.
Gremlins, where you put water on the little, it would look like a Furby.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
You put
Gremlins.
water on it and it
Yes, yes,
multiplies.
Yeah.
yes,
Don't
yes.
feed them after midnight.
Right,
feed 'em
right,
after
right,
midnight.
right. I remember now.
Witness with Harrison Ford.
Did see
Very
that.
good movie.
Didn't see that one.
Well, maybe you saw this one. Better Off Dead with John Cusack with the paper boy. I want my $2.
No, didn't see that.
Funny
I didn't
movie. Great movie. Loved it. Teen Wolf with Michael J.
I remember
Fox.
that one. Yeah.
That was such a great movie. I always remember the scene with him on top of the truck, the van thing.
Oh,
Such
yeah.
a great movie. I love the movie. Michael J. Fox was brilliant. My bubble movie, and I love westerns, at least good westerns, not bad ones. Pale Rider, Clint Eastwood.
Oh, I love
Nobody does
Eastwood.
westerns better than Clint. I'm sorry, that doesn't happen. Well, that's not true because Tombstone's my favorite. So, so I guess somebody does do it better. So Pale Rider was my bubble movie. It was number 6. Didn't quite make it. But the little guy with the finger over there on the other side. E.T. did. It was number 5 for me.
Oh, I love
Number 5.
DTV. I love that movie.
It was a very heartwarming
watched it,
movie,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
It was good,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
it
I
was a
only
good.
saw it once though.
Eminem,
Yeah.
right?
Second time.
That's right, M&M's.
Oh, the
Eminem.
Reese's Pieces.
Oh, it was Reese's Pieces.
Oh, was it Reese's? Yeah.
Oh, it was Reese's
Reese's
Pieces.
Pieces.
Okay.
All right, number 4 was these guys down here. This little picture
Breakfast
of the Breakfast
Club.
Club.
I love that movie. Yeah.
Mhm.
You
I
know,
really
it's
enjoyed it too.
I mean, it's a staple from the '80s, right?
Yes. I think
I mean,
every
just the
teenager should watch it.
interaction. Yeah, the interaction with the different, groups.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
you got the band, you got the athlete, you got nerds, you got all of it in there, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's something that people can learn from. It was
Totally.
way ahead of its time, to be honest with you.
Thank you
Absolutely.
for
Way
it
ahead
was.
of its time.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me of that. I'm going to show my 16-year-old son. I'd forgotten all about it, but it's a perfect movie
Yeah.
for him right now. Yeah.
It is. It is. So that one was that, and then this is a surprise, I think, for most people. But I have Summer Rental at number 3 with John Candy. I love this movie. It's when he goes on vacation and they're in the house and everybody's walking through their yard and stuff, going to the beach, and then he ends up in a race with the boats, and so he ends up having to do that and gets a boat and fixes it all up and the whole bit. Funny movie. John Candy was genius in that movie. I loved the movie.
Sorry,
John Candy.
we got a garbage truck going here. I don't know if you want to mute me temporarily until the garbage truck goes away.
Don't even hear it.
You don't
Okay,
hear it?
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, good.
Don't even hear it.
Fabulous. Okay, great.
All right, so number 2, and I love the story of Rocky. So Rocky 4 was number 2 in this one.
Wow.
And I would have thought that would have made number 1 for me, but it did not. That was the one where he fights Ivan Drago, the Russian. If I could change and you could change, we all could change.
Infinite
that kind of
possibilities.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
It's great, right? Nice,
15 timelines. Mhm.
Exactly.
I mean, it would be nice if that's how things really were, but that's not how it goes. But I love the story of Rocky, and that was, the 4th version of it, and I love the movie. I've seen them all about 1,000,000 times.
Okay.
But
I
it still
appreciate your
didn't touch
dedication.
Number 1. It didn't touch number 1. Number 1 is a landslide lead, and that is Marty McFly and Doc in Back to the Future.
Absolutely.
It was such a great movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That impacted so many people, that franchise. It's still to this day,
Yeah.
very popular.
Yeah.
Every year we have a Back to the Future marathon night.
Oh,
Right.
Every year
Right.
we watch all 3 of them for like the last
I had
5 years. He just loves
I had
it.
a friend this summer set up like a big screen out in his yard and had all the friends and family. We all went there and we watched Back to the Future on a big screen outside, drinking some beer, having some
Nice.
popcorn. It was so awesome. It's
Yeah.
like having a private theater.
That sounds
It
great.
really was.
So much fun.
So it is such a great movie. It makes me want to watch it again just talking about it.
Yeah, me too. Right now, I'm
That-
thinking, hey, maybe we'll watch Breakfast Club and then at least one Back to the Future tonight.
Right. So that is my top 5 movies from 1985. There was a lot of great ones. Comedies really ruled that year, though.
I'm sad that you didn't even mention National Lampoon's European Vacation.
I did mention it.
Did you?
It was,
I didn't hear
yeah,
that.
it was like
I said it.
like just
Oh, okay.
When I
Because
did
that
the
was one of
comedy,
my favorite movies from 1985.
Yeah,
You
that
gotta
was
look
fun.
at this.
I love the movie.
that was fun.
It just wasn't as good as their other ones.
I'll give you that.
So, and I looked at these movies. I just like these movies better.
Yeah.
I'll always remember that. Around the roadie, look, Parliament, Big Ben again. Yeah, that was just hilarious to me because I think everyone that has done some traveling with, in a car has been something like that.
In a similar situation, exactly. Yes, we can
Absolutely.
appreciate that.
Everybody has. I
Yeah.
know I have. It's like, is that the exit? And you go around the roadie. It's like, I don't know if that's the right one. And you have to go around a couple of times just to make sure that's the one because you don't want
Yeah.
to end up somewhere you're not supposed to go.
Totally.
Or you think you're going in the right direction. It's like, shit, haven't we been here before? Oh yeah, there's the Parliament building. There's this,
Yep.
there's that. Like, dang it.
Yep.
Okay, we made a
Right.
wrong turn somewhere.
Oh, I love it. And we went way over. I'm so sorry, everybody. But, I would have not done the top 5 if it weren't for the fact that's why I named the show
The
is something
breakfast
in
club.
here. So
Yeah.
I had to do it. So so I had to do it, and I don't care if it ran late. It was a great show. Every topic needed to be discussed, and yeah, I just blew
Excellent.
through that top 5 faster than I've ever done any top 5. So
So
Awesome.
you broke your own record.
yes. Yeah, so I'm glad everybody that joined us did join us. And look, if you watch the show, throughout, the next few days, please comment on anything we've talked about.
Yeah.
If you need to know where somebody can be found, you can go to the website, RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net. You can find all the hosts there. You can find Luannah's link. You can find Sharon's link. That is my link. So, so
Awesome.
get there, do the voting on the Hall of Fame, and enjoy the shows. Keep watching, and we'll see everybody
And
tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Edmonton time because Becky will be here, so you got to be here, and of course 7 a.m. Luannah's
Pacific.
time.
Yeah.
Out in BC.
Yeah.
So see
And-
everybody tomorrow morning.
And when you're watching, comment on what you would like to see more of, or is there any topics you'd like us to cover that we
Absolutely.
haven't covered?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it
would be
could be
great. I would
anything.
love to hear from people what they'd like to hear, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it could be
exactly.
termites for all I know.
Totally.
I don't care. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. All right, we'll see everybody tomorrow. Take care, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Bless
Have
everybody.
a great day.
Bye.